Thank you, respected principal ma'am, for enlightening us by your words of wisdom. So today I am Rishabh Jain from class 10th from Amal Khanna DV Public School Dhaka, and so I am here today for taking the Python session of yours. So by listening to the word Python, you all know Python is a programming language. So the question arises is why should we go for programming? Why should we opt for programming? So we all are surrounded with various applications, be it smart TV, like your own desktop, like Android TV, your mobile phone, your Google Assistant, your Alexa, and Siri, many more. Okay, like such thing. So they all include programming or coding at some stages of their functioning. Okay, so there are many career options also in programming, and they are very good also. Numerous career options are there. So I believe that you know this person. He is Sundar Pichai from Google. He is the CEO of Google. He says it is important to follow your dreams and heart. Do so that excites you. So programming was such a thing that used to excite him when he was in his childhood. And believe me, at the age of 12, he used to code. Yes, he started coding at the age of 12. So a basic motive is programming. So for programming, there are various programming languages available in the market. So why should we go for Python? What is there in Python? There are numerous languages like be it C++, be it Java, be it Python. So we go only for Python because Python is one of the most easiest programming language. If you are not, if you belong to a non-technical background or you are an absolute beginner, it is highly recommended to go with Python first. Believe me, even the children can learn Python easily as it has very easy and understandable syntax. There are many companies who uses Python today. Okay, so from them there are some examples like Google, IBM, Facebook, NASA, and YouTube. For writing codes in Python, there are various interpreters. Example: Python's IDE, uh, uh, Jupyter Notebook, and many such things. One of them is Visual Studio Code. It is powered by Microsoft Corporation and is a free source application. It has various interactive features like debugging errors, syntax highlighting, intelligences, etc. You will be get to know when you will work upon it. Okay, so let's get started with the Python tutorial and Python basics session. So with full of enthusiasm and zeal, let's get started. Okay, so this is the interface of Visual Studio Code. Do not worry by seeing the interface of it. You will get to know everything about it as if you work on it. Okay, so let us start with let us start with the session Python basics. Okay, so we will be starting with the operators in Python. So uh, you all study operators like arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, exponential. So okay, so here is an example for you. Let me uncomment this code first for you. Okay, so here is the code. Here we have a variable a, and a is equals to 19 and b is equal to 5. A and b in this code are variables. Variables are those characters which can hold any value in them. These are like containers. As if you can add any value in the container, anything in the container, take it out, and after taking out that value, you can store new value in it. Similarly, here a and b are containers, or we can say variables. Okay, so a contain 19, b contain 5 as the value. So we have given the command to print a plus b, print a minus b, that means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So these commands you all know. What is floor division? Let me run this program first for you. Okay, so the output of this program yields this. So addition, it shows 24, 19 plus 5, 24. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. What floor division does? Floor division truncates the decimal part after dividing the values. Okay, so what it will do, it will first divide a by b. A by b, as you can see here in the division function, it is 3.8. So here it truncates zero point 0.8 and gives the output as 3 only. And remainder, you all know, after dividing the remainder became 4, left 4. And exponential, 19 to the power 5 is this number. Okay, let me again comment this and let us move forward. You will be definitely gonna enjoying this session. So let us move toward the assignment operators. As the name suggests, they are used to assign a new value to a variable. Okay, so There are two types of assigning a value to a variable. Here, assigning value to a single variable. In this way, you assign a value to a single variable, and other multiple variables can values to the multiple variables can be assigned like this. You have to write the values in order. Example: b is equals to 0, c is equals to 0. In this order, you have to write the values, respective values. Okay. So, what assignment operator do? Here I have an example: a plus is equals to a. So basically it is a short form or abbreviation of writing this. Instead of this we have written this. So we have assigned a new value to our variable a, that is twice of its. Okay, so now the new value that will be stored in the container or the variable a will be twice of its own. That means a will be equals to 2a now. So when we print a, initially a was 5, then it should be print 10 as the result. Okay, so let me run this code first. So 1 minute, I have an error here. Okay, let me comment this first. I am running this code already. Okay, so sorry for the delay. Let us now go on to this. Okay, again I am running this code. So yes. Yes, so here the value of a will be 10. We have given the command to print a. Print mean giving the result. So print is a function. Anything that have parentheses after it, that is referred to a function here in the Python. So print is a function. We are giving the command to print a. So a will be 10. Similarly, the new value assigned to b will be b minus a. Okay, so b minus a, that means 0 minus 5 will be sorry, b a is 10, so 0 minus 10 will be minus 10. So these operators work like this. I hope you are understanding this. They are very similar operators, you all know. Okay, so let us start with comparison operators. Comparison operators, as the name suggests, they are used to compare two things, compare two values. So here we have two variables a and b. A is equals to 5 and b is equals to 15. So we have given these commands here. Let me run this program first. So here is the result. So after comparing the values, it will, if the comparison will be yields to true, then it will give the output as true, and if it will be false, then it will give the output as false. So here I have checked whether a is equals to b. This is the syntax of comparing two values. Okay, so 5 is equals to b, that is not true, so it will be giving false as the result. So not equal to in Python is written like this. So a is not equal to b, that is true, so the result is true. Similarly, a is greater than b, that is false, so the result is false. A is smaller than b, that is true. A is smaller than or equal to b, that is also true. And a is greater than or equal to b, that is false. Okay, so in this way comparison operators work in Python. Next came to logical operators. Operators don't have many much to learn. So logical operators in Python are used to combine the true or false values of variables. So what they do is, if you are comparing two values and you write and, so uh, if both the situations will be true, then only the true will be printed as a result. And if you write or, if either of them will be true, then the result will be true, otherwise it will be false. And not, it should give the opposite result. If it will be true, it will reflecting as false, and if it will be false, it will be reflecting as true, vice versa. Okay, so after studying the operators, I have created a small program for you. It is very easy to understand. Let us see this program first. So let me run this program. What I have done here is, so a is my variable and I'm taking an input from the user. Enter the operation. So input will enter the operation, whether he wants to divide the number, add the number, multiply the number, subtract the number, and many more. So if I am so I will be asking for two values, two numbers. So I have written b and c as two variables, and in these two variables the user will input the numbers. Okay, so the first number will be b, second number will be c. So I have given an if command. So you will be studying if statements, conditional statements, if else statements after the tutorial only. So if a will be equal to b, sorry, equal to add. So if the user want to add the number, he should be writing add as the input here in a. So if a will be equal to add, that means if it will be true, then our Python shell will be printing b plus c. That means he want to add b and c. He want to add the two numbers that he had inputted in. Okay. So similarly, if it will be false, then another statement, set of statement will be executed. Else if, this is short form of writing else if. So else if means that if it will be false, then only the second statement will be considered, and in that second statement there is another condition. If a is equals to subtraction or sub, then only it will be printing b minus c. Otherwise, if a will be equal to multiplication, then it will be printing b into c. Or a will be equal to division, then only it will be printing a divided by b. Let me run this program. So it is asking for entering a operation. So I will be writing multiplication, the short form of multiplication, mul. After entering, it is asking for the number. So our first number, let us say 2, and the second number, let us say 10. So you all know multiplication of 2 and 10 will be 20, so it will be reflecting as 20. As you all can see, it is 20 only. Okay, Python is very object oriented language, you can easily understand it. These are basic functions. These will definitely help you to build and program in the future. Okay, so these are basic functions of Python. Let me again comment this statement, set of statement, and let us move forward to variables. So variables are the characters which can store any value in them. So I have explained you what the variable are. So here in this case, our a is the variable, b is the variable, c is the variable. They can hold any value in it. Okay, so let us start with variables. So I have a small code for you here. So a is my variable. I am taking an input from the user to enter a number. So user will be entering two number here in the space of a, and other in the space of b. And I am giving the command to simply printing a plus b, addition of a and b. So let me run this program for you. So okay, so it is asking for 1 minute. Okay, so it is asking for entering a number, so I will be entering 50 here, 50, and the other number will be 20, sorry, 10. So we all know 50 plus 10 is equals to 60, and here it is 60 only. The answer is 60 only. So here integer is a function. What integer function does, it will convert the string value. Input function take the the value of input as a string. So if the user enter a number, it will be string initially. So the integer function changes the value into an integer data type. Okay, so if I remove the integer data type from here, it will be reflecting an error because we cannot add two string here. Okay, so let me run this program again. So as you can see, it is not running, it is reflecting an error here. So entering the number, I should enter 20 and for 51. So it is not doing that. 20 plus 51 should be 71, and it is showing the another result of previous program. Okay, so it will not work here in the Python. It should be subject oriented only. So let us move forward to and head over to data types. So there are numerous data types in Python. So some of them are lists, tuples, dictionaries. So let us start with lists. Lists are those kinds of lists only that you are familiar with. List is a set of data. Uh, Means that it can contain many types of data. It can contain integer, it can contain string, and many more. So I have created an empty list. So the syntax of creating a list is square braces. You will be putting square braces, and inside the square braces you will be putting the element. So I have created an empty list. So I had not put any element inside the square braces. So it will be printing an empty list for me. Okay, so here it is, the empty list. So it was the syntax of printing a list. There are many uses of list in the daily life also. Here I have created another list with the elements. So here I have my list 1. The elements of the list 1 are 1, 2, 3, hello and everyone. Okay. So here in this list 1, 2 and 3 are of integer data type. As you can see here it is int written. So int is the short form of writing integer. So 1, 2, 3 is integer data types. Hello and everyone are string data types. Okay. So when I print my list, so it will be printing this only. As you can see 1, 2, 3, hello and everyone. So okay. Uh, Let me comment this again. So next came to what if you want to access the elements of a list? What if you want to know where is the hello written? What if you want to access the elements of the list? Okay. So before learning the splicing of the list, accessing element of a list is also known as splicing. So before learning the splicing, we should know first. We should be knowing first concept. Okay. So the concept is indexing. So each element of a list is given a particular index. Okay, so one is its zeroth index, second two is its first index. So the index start from 0 till infinity. Similarly, there is negative indexing also in the list. So everyone is at -1, this is at -2, this is at -3, uh, like this only. Okay, so I have given 6 commands there. So these are the methods to access the elements of a list. So here is the output. So my first command goes like this: list inside the square braces. I have put a colon here. So what it will be do? It will access all the elements that go, print the whole lists. And this third, for accessing an element of a list, we refer to the index number. So here 3 is the index number. It won't be printing 3 as the result, but the element at the third index, that is hello. So it will be printing hello. As you can see, hello is here only. So our third command is inside the square braces I have written a range 0 colon 4. So what it will be do, uh, it will go till 3. It will print the value at 0th index, at first index, second index, till third index. It will end and and it will end at third index only. Fourth is not referred here. Fourth is writing for a range. Okay. So what if we want to reverse the order of the list? We put two colons inside the square braces and we put -1 here. Okay. So after putting the -1, our our order of the list has reversed, as you can see. So what if we want to access a particular element of a string present in the list? So for accessing that element of a string, we should be referring to the index number only. So here in the list at third index we have hello, and in this hello string at first index we have E as the alphabet, so it will be printing E only. Similarly, at the -3 index, that is -1, -2, -3, it is 3. So it has printed 3 only here. Okay. So let me comment this once again. So here is a operation on a list. Basically, it is multiplying the list. So all the elements will be written twice here. So here you can see all the elements are written twice. So this is the work of operations on the list. So let me comment this. Next came to tuples. Okay, so tuples are basically similar as lists but are different in the way that they are not mutable. You cannot change the value inside a tuple. Okay, so in daily life also tuple has many features. You all know in Google Maps or mapping services, a location is defined by coordinates, and those coordinates are, yes, those coordinates are latitude and longitude. So here we can use tuple in that scenario also. So I have a tuple here with me. So syntax of creating a tuple is parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis there should be elements of the tuple, like lists only. So the procedures for the tuple accessing the elements of a tuple are similar as the lists only, but you cannot change any value inside the tuple. But you can change the value inside a tuple if the data type is mutable. So accessing the elements of a tuple is similar as we access the element of the list. So As I said before, elements of a tuple can be changed if the data type in it is mutable. So here is a tuple. I have created a tuple. So inside this tuple, there's a list also, and we all know lists are mutable. So we can change the value inside these lists. So for changing the values, we refer to this syntax. Okay, so I have given the command to tuple third. So third is the index number. So at third index we have this whole list. So inside this list at first index we have hello. So we are making hello. We are changing hello to good morning. So instead of hello, it will be printing good morning. So let me run this again. So yes, it has printed. Yes, it is printing good morning. Okay. So we have changed the value inside the list, but we can. What if we want to change these 1, 2, and 3? We cannot change. If I will be doing that, it will be throwing back an error. So let us move forward to dictionary. Dictionaries basically are the data type and they are accessible. You can access a value of dictionary. You can change the value of dictionary. We use key value pair inside a dictionary. So syntax of creating a dictionary is we input the elements key value pairs inside these curly braces. So I have created an empty dictionary here for you. Okay, so let me print this empty dictionary. It will be printing here. Okay, so this is my empty dictionary. This is the syntax of printing a dictionary. Sorry, creating a dictionary. So okay, let us move forward to here. Here is my another dictionary named mydict, and I have given a command to print mydict. It will be printing the key value pair. So here, first is the key, and the value is Python. Second is the key, and the value is Java. Third is the key, and the value is C++. So let us start with dictionaries. Dictionaries are the data type that are mutable and used to hold key value pairs. Here I have an example of dictionary. So I have a dictionary here. So the syntax of creating a dictionary is like this: curly braces, and inside those curly braces we input the key value pair. So here name is the key and the value inside the name, that is value of the key, is Rishabh. ID is the key and the value inside it is this. Okay. After putting a comma, we separate two key value pairs. So here I have created an empty list, and this is the my second list. Inside this I have first as the key, Python is the value, second as the key, Java is the value. So next came to the accessing of the elements of a dictionary. For accessing the elements of a dictionary is for accessing the element of a dictionary, you have to refer the key. So here language is the key, and the inside the language the key value is Python. So it should be printing Python as the output. As you can see here, Python is the output. So let me comment this. Next came to changing the elements inside a dictionary. You can change the elements inside a dictionary, that is why they are mutable. So here is my dictionary named mydict, and inside this dictionary I have first as the key and the value is Python, second as the key value is Java, third as the key and value is C++. What if I change this value? So for that I have to refer the key number. So I have first as the key, so I have to put key here, and I have changed that key to HTML. So instead of printing Python, it will be printing HTML as the result. So let me print this statement. So as you can see, it has printed HTML instead of Python. Okay, so let us move forward with our new data type called strings. Strings are also data types. Strings are collection of characters written with single quotes or double quotes and are unmutable. Sorry, the value inside a string are not is not mutable. So here I have two strings here. I am having two strings here. So the first string is welcome to the class, second string is namaste to everyone. So I am printing these strings here. So it will be printing the output as welcome to the class and namaste to everyone only. Okay, as you can see, welcome to the class and namaste to everyone. Namaste. Next came to the accessing element of a string. So for accessing the element of a string, you have to put these kinds of commands here. So I've printed the whole string here as if we did in lists. I have reversed the list, and I am printing the elements of a list from 0 till 8th index. So let me run this program. So as you can see, the output is in front of you. Next came to some string functions. There are certain functions on the string. Example, we have a string is namaste to everyone, and what if we want to change it in uppercase? It is in lowercase initially. So what if we want to change it in uppercase? So here it has changed into namaste to everyone in uppercase. So the length of the string, it is a function len. So it will calculate the length of the string. So that the length of the string is 19, including these spaces also. Okay. So count function refers to how many times the t is repeated in this string. So here, as you can see, t is 2 times, so it has printed t 2. We are done with the strings data types. Next we came to conditional statements. So there are basically two types of conditional statements, if else statement and if elif statements. So I have printed a program for you. So this program, from this program, you will be definitely understanding the if else statement. Okay, conditional statements. So I have a variable num. So I am getting an input from the user. The user will input a number, so that number will be converted into an integer. So if that number on dividing that 2, the remainder yields 0, then it will be printing that number is an even number, otherwise it will be printing is an odd number. Okay, so let me run the program. So enter the number, let me enter 25. So 25 is an odd number, so it will be printing odd number. So as you can see, 25 is an odd number. I hope you are understanding these statements also. So next came to nested if else statement. So inside an if else statement there can be another if else statement also. These kinds of statements are known as nested statements. Okay. Next came to loops. Loops are used to execute a statement for several numbers of times. For loop is used when you know how many number of times the statement will be manipulated. Okay. So example, here is a code. So I have a variable a. Yes, so I have a variable a. Initially a is equals to 0. So the value of a will be keep on changing from this range function. Range function is used to create a list. So it will be creating a list. Example, I have range 0 to 8. So excluding 8, it will be creating a list elements having 0, 1, 2, 3 till 7 only. Okay, so it will exclude the upper limit here. In here, it will be creating the list as 0 to 20. So a will be 0 first, after that a will be 1, after that a will be 2 till 20. Okay, so when a will be 0, it will be printing a into a is equals to its multiplication. So let me run this program. Basically it will print the squares of the number till 20. So here the value of a is keep on changing. First a is 0, in second case a is 1. Similarly it has printed all the squares of the numbers. Next came to while loop. Okay, so while loop is used when you don't know how many times the manipulation of the statement will be there. Okay, so the syntax of while loop is like this. You enter the while command, after that you enter the condition. If the condition is true, if it satisfies, then only the statement will be executed. Okay, so it was the syntax. So I have a short program for you. Let us end the session here only. So I have a short program for you, printing the squares of first 5 numbers using while loop. Okay, so using while loop I will be printing the squares of first 5 numbers here. So initially I have a variable a, that is equals to 0. The time till the a will be less than or equal to 5, then only it will print the, that means we have to print the squares till 5. Okay, so first it will be printing the square of 0, then 1. So I have run that code here, as you can see here. After executing the statement, it will assign the value, a new value to a. So a is 0, after that a will be 1, after that a will be 2. So it will keep on adding 1 to the a. So here this statement will be executed thereafter. So it has printed the squares of first 5 natural numbers. So I hope you understanding this session. It was my pleasure to hold this session as my opportunity. So I thank you everyone for attending this session with your keen interest, and I hope so you enjoyed this session a lot. Thank you everyone.